We've all been told that saving money is the key to financial success. But what if the way you're saving is actually costing you more? Here's a shocking fact. A 2019 study found that 57% of Americans waste money on low-quality items that break too soon, simply because they're cheap. We think we're saving, but in reality, we're spending more in the long run. The truth is, cheap isn't always frugal. In this video, we'll explore how focusing on price alone can be a trap that drains your wallet. We'll break down why cheap items often end up costing you more, and share real-life examples to show how shifting your mindset to value over price can save you more money than you ever imagined. Stick with us to uncover surprising strategies that will help you become truly frugal, not just cheap. Chapter 1. The hidden cost of cheap. Why that bargain might break you. We've all been there. A sale, a deep discount, and that tempting thought, I'm saving so much money. But is it really a win? Often, that bargain comes with hidden costs you might not see right away. Research shows that cheap products don't just break faster, they're also more likely to underperform. According to the Consumer Reports 2020 survey, items bought at lower prices are 40% more likely to fail early than their higher-priced counterparts. While that $5 toaster seems like a steal, it's likely to burn out faster than you think. You might end up buying 3 or 4 toasters over the next few years instead of investing in one solid, long-lasting appliance. Buying cheap is like setting a trap. Small savings now could cost you big in the long run. If you're constantly replacing items, that cheap price quickly adds up to more than you would have paid for quality in the first place. Chapter 2. Quality over quantity. How being selective saves more than you think. When you think of frugal living, do you picture cutting coupons and buying the cheapest item on the shelf? That's not always the answer. In fact, being frugal means knowing when to spend a little extra on quality. Take clothing, for instance. A well-made coat may seem expensive at first, but it could last a decade or more. A study by the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, found that the average American discards 81 pounds of clothing annually, most of which is poorly made and doesn't stand the test of time. Spending a little more upfront means fewer trips to the store, fewer items thrown away, and ultimately, more money saved. One quality pair of shoes can last you for years, while those $20 sneakers might need replacing every few months. In the long run, the cheap option isn't so cheap after all. Chapter 3. Frugal versus cheap. The mindset shift that changes everything. Being frugal isn't about pinching pennies at every corner, it's about a mindset. While cheapness focuses solely on immediate savings, frugality looks at the big picture. Timeless frugal living advice comes from author Ruth Soukup in her book Living Well, Spending Less. She says, frugality is not about depriving yourself, it's about investing in the things that matter most. When you think frugally, you consider value, quality, and long-term benefit. For example, spending money on a cooking class can teach you skills that will save you money on takeout over time. The key to frugality is knowing when it's worth spending a little more for something that will last or enrich your life, rather than just avoiding spending altogether. If you're enjoying these insights and want more tips on living frugally, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You won't want to miss what's coming up next. Chapter 4. Cheap habits that kill your budget. Breaking free from the cycle. Sometimes, it's not the purchases themselves that derail your finances, it's the habits that come with them. We've all fallen into the trap of always looking for the next sale. Research by the National Retail Federation, NRF, shows that 56% of shoppers are influenced by sales events, often leading them to buy items they don't actually need. These bargain habits can quickly empty your wallet. Similarly, constantly relying on cheap fast food instead of cooking at home can seem like a small cost. But, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American spends $3,000 a year on dining out. That's not frugal, it's wasteful. To break free from these habits, start by asking yourself before each purchase, do I need this? Will it save me money in the future? This simple question can change the way you shop, and save you more than you might think. Chapter 5. The secret to frugal luxury. How to live well without splurging. You don't have to give up all the luxuries in life to live frugally. The key is learning how to find frugal alternatives to indulgence. Instead of booking an expensive hotel, consider a vacation rental or Airbnb. According to a report by the National Bureau of Economic Research, travelers can save up to 30% on accommodations by choosing alternatives to traditional hotels. You can also find luxury experiences on a budget, like attending free concerts in the park, using public museums, or enjoying a picnic at a high-end beach. And don't forget secondhand stores. You can often find designer clothes, furniture, and even jewelry for a fraction of the original price. By getting creative, you can still enjoy life's pleasures without paying full price. Chapter 6. The Frugal Test. How to evaluate if something's truly worth it before buying anything. It's crucial to ask yourself a few simple questions. The first is this a need or a want? If it's a want, then think carefully about how much value it will add to your life. Another question: will this last, or will I need to replace it soon? If an item is likely to break or become outdated quickly, it's probably not worth the purchase, even if it's cheap. A frugal approach means evaluating whether an item or service will serve you in the long run. A simple test, called the 100-day rule, can help. Ask yourself, will this item still be worth my time and money in 100 days? If the answer is no, then move on. This test helps you resist impulse buys and make more thoughtful decisions. By applying this simple rule, you avoid the trap of buying just because it's on sale and start focusing on true value. Thanks for sticking with us through these chapters. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to subscribe for more frugal living advice. We'll be back soon with more practical strategies to help you save without sacrificing quality.